So hello everyone, welcome. We are at a very significant turning point of the shift of consciousness. This full moon today, Kuthumi mentioned on January 1st transmission. It was a year of significant accelerations, and those of you who are showing up for these classes today and tomorrow are stepping forward to at many levels. One level, of course, is that personal journey of continuing to ascend in your own personal soul journey and to bring great ease and peace in your vehicle, claiming the potentials and possibilities and the divine right to claim your divinity in form. And, of course, the other levels and fractals are the service piece, at the same time stepping forward as that lighthouse, as that beaconing of your divine essencing to show yourself unabashed, unafraid, with great strength and vigor, and to establish this strength, fortitude, and courage as a template for others to match. For it is time now to continue to expand into the great freedoms that are right here. Take a deep breath. So at one level, the purpose of these two classes today and tomorrow is to establish these energetics further in your vehicle. There have been many pieces of work that each of us has done in our individual works, and then so many of you who've been mastering alchemy, and yet we've been limited to some extent to what's been available on the planet. The flows of energy that initiated with the January 1st, shifting into 2017, and now with this full moon where all 10 planets, including Eris, are direct through to the beginning of February, is a time of great acceleration, of shifting, and of choice. Take another breath, please, and some energy moving the container. And so there's choice now to heal those residues of that which could not be healed before. Specifically, I'm pointing to with Kuthumi, who's by my side as I speak, to the potentials of shifting residues of the game of distortion at that nervous system level, which is present not only in our vehicles, but through all animals, etc. It's a part of that fight or flight autonomic nervous system piece that's been active in our fields, not only as a wiring in the nervous system, but its interactions with the meridians, with short-circuiting the mental emotional body, and also in terms of the sense of pain that sometimes flows through as we're shifting the vehicle. Take another breath, please. And so there's opportunities now to further upgrade this into its original templates, so that it's no longer a nervous system, inverted commas, that's not who we are, but more of a system of perfection, the perfected system of wholeness and completeness. So the energetics and direction and intentions for this session and for tomorrow's session is being held by you, by me, by Kuthumi, collective light, and by your higher self, all aligned with the first ray of creation for your highest good and the co-creation. It's for you to claim the next level of your freedom in the vehicle that you're co-creating with your higher self for your highest good, that you're able to hold. There's no requirement to shift any more than you are able to or want to. There's no need to go into deep healing. It's simply a co-creation with the next level of freedom that you're able to bring through. And we'll talk about this in a moment with Mary Magnus, who will come in first before Kuthumi, to help guide you in setting an intention to allow for your decision to bring through a level of healing for wherever you're being ailed in the body, or where you feel you're being held back. or to simply shift as much as you can with great ease in the coming days. So we set in motion then with this full moon as all the planets to direct a great trajectory of freedom and of stability in the nervous system. So no longer nervous, more a perfected system. Another deep breath, please. Please absorb my words for a moment. Some energy continue to release from our fields as I speak. Good. So as I was saying, you're setting the intention for clearing which you're ready to move, and yet the freedoms here are immense. It's unlimited what we can bring in now, and to bring that ascended mastery in form, to really feel that in the fractals of vehicle. The superhighways of ascension are right here, beloveds, as you step forward. Simply know that you cannot do it wrong, and that the alignments of freedom continue to bring to you that which you desire with great gusto and will. Another deep breath, please. Please go ahead and set your crown chakras to a vibration of lavender and of green. Another deep breath, please. Allowing for the lavender and green to be a set of templates of ease and of healing as you go through this transmission. Claiming your seniority and tuning the crown chakra to merge with your higher self in the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensions, to be guided in co-creation, aligning with the first ray of creation for those pieces, the next alignments of your ascension you're ready to claim, and in a stabilized form to be able to be completely aligned further with your higher self, to hold the guidance up through the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimension, so that that group consciousness of 7th dimension be guided the divine plan in your role to step forward, so that the stability of this nervous system and what it comes being moved to perfection allows you to hold that plateau Kuthumi spoke of in the January 1st transmission, to be the lighthouse and to continue to hold that vibration of great stability and strength and vigor in your vehicle. Good. Another deep breath, please. Also, please say hello to your grounding cord, creating coils of lavender and of green in there as well, magnetic coils to dissolve residues of density will be falling away as we go through the transmission. So simply be in ease. The many pieces we're going to do today and tomorrow, allow the words to flow through you. I'll also add, and the collective will continue to bring pieces of information through as I channel. But as many of you know, basic biology, the nervous system has many functions. It coordinates the motor functions and also guides from the hypothalamus, just directs the fight or flight mechanism. It guides the body's directions to be in a restful mode or be in a mode of survival. It's through the autonomic nervous system, which is happening in the background. As those pieces get activated, then there can be dis-ease in the body, and so it's part of the pieces of the fall of consciousness that are moving into higher vibrations now. It is simply being upgraded, and so that's really as simply as I can put it. and I'll take some questions at the end of this transmission. So take a breath. You can't do it wrong, and there's great easing that's expanding here. Good. So I'm going to step out. Mary Magdalene's going to come in first to set the templates for soothing your vehicle and for aligning with your higher self, and then Kuthumi will come in with some pieces in this class. Any blessings? I am Sharik, and I'll step out, and Mary Magdalene comes in blessings. My dearest beloved ones, I am Mary Magdalene. On behalf of Kuthumi, I come forward first to soothe your vehicles. I am flowing a magnificent lavender coating through the external axiation lines into your vehicles to soothe you and to bring great easing, a sense of peace. These flows flow through your vehicle, through all the fractals, through the circulatory system, through the nervous system, creating easing and soothing and a freedom to be. Another deep breath, please. These frequencies align with portals that I am holding open with the Arcturians, the collector of light, in the seventh dimension. Portals of access points, of the original templates, of perfection of the vehicle, including of the nervous system. As these frequencies of lavender coding flow through your vehicle, we begin a download now of the sacred glyphs, hieroglyphs, and frequencies of the language of light that are part of the symbologies of your higher self, as a set of templates that you are co-creating with your higher self and with the group frequencies of the collective life in the seventh dimension as part of the shift in consciousness. As these templates and vibrational fields flow through the sacred symbols of the language of love and of light, there's a great revitalization of your vehicle that begins. So please absorb for some moments as these lavender flows hold these codings of perfection of your vehicle and of the nervous system as it downloads. the sense of urgency, the sense of this must be done now, the sense of fear of missing something, of having not put a timeline or having fallen behind. These are all vestiges of the fight or flight response that is part of the doubt and uncertainty frequencies that many are releasing at this level of cellular memory and of the distortions of the vehicle. Continue to absorb for some moments, beloved ones. As these templates flow through, they create great ignitions and radiances within your fields, creating a revitalization and a knowingness of your alignment and perfection, creating the potentials and activations for great stability as you further work in this class and tomorrow's class to integrate these codes into your vehicle, overriding the residues of cellular memory and the wirings of distortion in the vehicle that cannot be healed at this most magnificent time of ascension. And then the deep breath, please. The nervous system is also a conduit of aspects of habits, addictions, survival fears, and pain in the vehicle. Doubt, uncertainties are all pieces, residues that are potentialized to be healed as next level and fractal in the vehicle. So that activation at the level of the vehicle can continue to be healed into great resurgence and revitalization, so that those light bodies and etheric body templates that you hold in perfection can be held stably in the vehicle, regardless of the external environment, so that you are the lighthouse transforming the holograph, not being the effect of the fields around you, further holding a space of ascended mastery in form. Another deep breath, please. The magnificent, divine, feminine flows of Mother Pearl that Mother Mary initiated last a few weeks ago of your time have created many openings, including this one that we are activating today with the nervous system. As Yeshua healed the hypothalamus area in that class, much is open for humanity. It matters not if you were present in that class. The potentials have opened and now fruition at this time. And so, beloveds, I now merge with the Arcturians, the seventh dimension, your higher self frequencies, and we transmit to you the following frequency lines of love and light vibrations that work with the glyphs and sacred geometries that are flowing into your fields to alight you in your customized refurbishment of the vehicle and the nervous system, the templates of perfection that you're ready to hold at this time of your intention, so that in the perfect unfoldment and great ease you step forward the next levels of the perfection of the vehicle, free from distortions and free from being nervous, so to speak, in inverted commas. Let us proceed. Om balushtale mahashtare fase, Om balashtrame gorashtala spare, Om Malo Narishtala Moristrasa Yamulishnaro Raham Balishtaro Hailawe Aham Malo Sware Aham Boe Aha Nimrishtalindishtamuri Nali Hamure Elohoya Om Lahira. And have a deep breath, beloved. Please absorb for some moments. And so it is, beloved ones, these frequencies have anchored successfully and will be integrated with the assistance for the next pieces that we will be working on in this class, in tomorrow's class. I now withdraw with great love by your side, cheering you on, beloved warriors and warrioresses of the light. Thou art ready to claim thy divine mantles as divinity in form. Thy radiances and thy crownings are right here. Claim these freedoms with great love, beloveds. I now withdraw as Kuthumi comes forward. Many blessings, I am Mary Magdalene. My dearest beloved ones, I am Kuthumi. I come the rays of love and wisdom as I greet you with great joy and verve and gusto as we step forward together in a grand reunion further as many ascended masters are gathered here on the grid and in many ashrams holding the space and then the fractals of 6th and 7th dimensions as we transmit to you perfected opportunities of stepping into the aligned spiritual intentions of your vehicles. As the lavender coding is assimilating in your vehicles, there are pathways being created and being remembered, I should say, of your alignment with the music of the spheres, with your soul essencing. The lavender coding that Mary Magdalene, the Archangel, have brought forward with your higher selves create greater rememories in the fractals of your vehicles of your soul essencing in the perfection the soul desires, so that any short-circuitings of distortions of lack of permission, fear of reprisal, survival fears, pain, doubt, uncertainty, habits, addictions can all continue to dissolve as we further work to clear the residues of distortions in the vehicle. Another deep breath, please. And so, beloveds, we begin in a place that might seem not as expected. We begin with the third chakra. The third chakra is also a holder of some of the mental body ego wiring, so to speak. As the flows of the soul come in through universal mind, so mental, emotional body, it's a vehicle to guide the being and form that you are. Sometimes residues of the ego in the wirings from the nervous system flow through the mental emotional body and into the brain, creating short-circuitings and thought and emotional distortions that to some extent create obstructions to the flows of the higher consciousness, providing the love and light for the next steps of the solution. Another deep breath, please. And so we heal this now in this piece and segment, as I now bring through, on behalf of the collective light, a flow of yellow coding into your third chakras. Please allow that third chakra to open and spin. This magnificent yellow coding available in great radiances of the universal mind at this time of your shift in consciousness. Another deep breath, please. This yellow coding has an intelligence of universal mind, and an intelligence of your higher self that flows and builds upon the stability of the lavender coding and perfected templates that Mary Magdalene and the Arcturians have brought forward. It has elements of love and elements of wisdom. Love and wisdom, as you know, are hallmarks of the creation of a memory of your ascended self. Please continue to absorb for some moments as the yellow coding flows through your third chakra. The will and power in your third chakra, with great love and wisdom, is being healed into higher vibration of alignment with your soul essencings and your higher self. So the ego pieces can be healed and not be in place, so to speak, dissolving the higher perfections, the truth of connecting the flows of your higher self into the vehicle through the mental emotional body, so that the brain can hold and assimilate and process the guidance of universal mind without any distortions. So please allow for the yellow coding now to flow up your central column. And we flow it up in from the third chakra into the heart space, allowing that heart chakra to open and expand magnificently in this radiant yellow coding. Another deep breath, please. Flowing the yellow coding into the rest of the first triad, into the thymus, allowing the thymus to open and spin on the yellow coding, and up into the throat chakra, allowing the throat chakra to open and spin in the yellow coding. Flowing this yellow coding up now into second triad, through the medulla, and up into the pineal, and to the third eye, and flowing from second triad into the brain, all the lobes of the brain, the hypothalamus, creating a resetting, an enlargement of consciousness in the hypothalamus. It's the higher templates of access to universal mind, allowing for a flow of allowing the yellow coding to flow through the mental emotional bodies of the brain, so that those to the etheric body are further enhanced and expanded, allowing for universal mind to flow more directly into the brain and the hypothalamus. Flowing the yellow coating now, beloveds, from the brain, through the brain stem to the medulla, through the cervical spine, through the spine itself, through the thorax, the lumbar, all the way down to the tailbone. Another deep breath, please. And then allowing the yellow coating to flow through the nervous system, from the spine to every organ and every cell of the vehicle is connected to the nervous system, revitalizing the vehicle in these flows of access to universal mind. Another deep breath. And now flowing this yellow coating through the meridians. Allowing as you flow through this yellow coating, the meridians, for the unified field to further align with the etheric body. So that as the yellow coating now flows through the unified field, including the mental, emotional body, those wirings between the third chakra and the distortions of mental, emotional patternings that are not only the patternings of the vehicle of the fall of consciousness, but also your own individual patternings, can continue to be dissolved. And so those ego pieces that have been part of your karmic history can be overwritten and aligned with the perfection of universal mind guidance and the ego itself as a form of control, better than, less than, shame, blame, guilt, victim, persecutor, rescuer, in a form of reaction, can continue to not be an experience in your field. There's no need for it. You are ascending. There's no need to have to clear or to be in a space of I must move this out or I lost my vibration. These are pieces that we can heal now at a new level in vibration. Please absorb for some moments, noticing the yellow coating flowing through the spine, the nervous system, the meridians, and through the mental, emotional body in the unified field. Another deep breath, please. And please absorb for some moments. Notice the third chakra radiating a new level of alignment. There's an expansion and there's a stability and certainty in the third chakra. Please allow these frequencies of certainty and stability to flow in the yellow coating to the lower chakras, further stabilizing and activating the higher consciousness, overriding residues of ego and survival, flowing the yellow coating to the second chakra, allowing that second chakra to open and spin. Flowing the yellow coating to the root chakra, allowing the root chakra to open and spin. Allowing for the lower chakras and their alignments with the nervous system, with the spine, to be further healed in the great clearing of patternings and wirings, of distortion, of reaction, of shame, blame, guilt. This piece is anchored successfully, beloveds. You might say we have built upon the stability of the lavender piece to bring an alignment into the vehicle. As the flows, the octarines of hell free from the seventh dimension, the portals of these times to bring through these perfected templates of your vehicle and the nervous system have come in. You've been able now to connect them into the vehicle, into the mental, emotional body, and into the brain, into the chakras, the meridians, creating a flow of energy, and the yellow coating building upon the lavender that allows for a resetting and a revitalization, free from the distortions and short-circuitings of ego that will further integrate the levels that you are co-creating with us, that you're choosing to assimilate in your vehicles. As this comes in, the fractals of alignment are unlimited, and will flow in the perfected integration in the coming days. There's no need for it to all happen in one moment, you understand. It is a great acceleration at this time that we are most pleased to bring through for you, beloveds. Another deep breath, please. As you now step forward, beloveds, we move to the next piece. Another deep breath. The realignments of these times in the vehicle means that we can now bring applications and access points of your light bodies. And for those who are not working the light bodies, with the etheric body into your vehicle, so these perfected templates can be brought forth into the vehicle, not only at the level of the chakras, the mental, emotional body, and the meridians, but into the vehicle, the great love that your God, Goddess essences in the perfection of that which you are can contain a flower and bloom, holding divinity in form. Another deep breath, please. And so we will now be working with the green color coding that Raphael is bringing forward as I speak, Kuthumi. And Raphael will address you in some moments, yet I will direct this session and piece as Raphael brings through the green coding in fractals of God Goddess that are customized for you at this level of your journey into your heart space. So please allow that heart chakra to open and spin as the green coding enters as Raphael connects with you. Another deep breath, please. Please allow this green coding to flow from the heart space through the circulatory system to every cell and fractal of your vehicle, including as you flow it up into the brain, through the spine, the nervous system, allowing the nervous system to be filled with this green coding as well. Within the nervous system that we are healing at this time, beloveds, is this fight or flight piece that beloved Sharik mentioned, common to humans and to animals. It is that safety, that security piece that is being healed in great love. The Pavlovian response, so to speak, of this is happening, so I must do this. The habits, the addictions that are then played out in the karmic history are all potentialized to be healed with this green coding. Another deep breath, please. There is the vehicle in the deformations of the fall of consciousness was trained to survive in a hostile world of separation, protecting itself from predators as animals do. This sense of survival, when it gets activated in the nervous system, the autonomic nervous system directs from the hypothalamus, then directs the body to move into a space of survival mode. And this accelerates nervousness and aging in the vehicle. These aspects are no longer necessary. And so these are the pieces that we are flushing out with the green coding. Another deep breath, please. Aligning into the cells and fractals of your cells, that merging through the yellow coding, the universal mind, the mental emotional body, through the lavender coding, into fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensional guidances of your higher self from universal mind, so that the guidance of spirit, the guidance of your higher self, is the guidance that guides you. And so there is no need to move into the survival mode, experiences of habits, of thoughts and emotions of survival, victim, persecutor, rescuer, and of pain in the vehicle, all continue to dissolve as the green coding flows through. And that Pavlovian response, the automated response to fight or flight, so to speak, in inverted commas, continues to be dissolved in the nervous system. Another deep breath, please. The habit of fight or flight, as it is healed, also provides potentials to heal the karmic patternings related to this in your karmic history. Addictions, whether it's addictions to alcohol, addictions to cigarettes, addictions or outer balances in sexuality, self-judgment, inner child woundings. All part of the habit and addiction wiring and automated reaction being healed in this green coding. So continue to set your intention, beloveds. Any pieces of your addictions or patternings that have been seem to be hardwired or keep recurring, allow them in your intention to simply be let go in the perfection of a God Goddess essence that Raphael is holding. They cannot stay as they are. Illusion and dissolving as the fractals of your vehicle, the mitochondria of the cells, resonate with the glyphs and hieroglyphs and the sacred geometries the Arcturians have brought in the lavender coding, assimilating through the yellow coding and now in the green into your vehicle, aligning you into this greater stability of who you are. Ascended Master in form, God Goddess in form, stepping forward in great strength and vigor as all 10 planets direct at this time, as your world is accelerating into freedoms. You are exemplifying and establishing the great freedom that is now. Another deep breath, please. The following frequency lines of love and of light, I, Kuthumi, bring forward a trumpeting, so to speak, from the collective of light to assist you to claim the regality of this recrowning to God Goddess. Kumboshtale morushtara mohela sware emoloshtalo mare ahambolo lahom mare ahalaya emoloshtare ahalahoraya Sembale ambalo ya halare maro ya hala olora. As your ascension robes that I spoke of in a class last year of your time anchor further into the vehicle, into yourself, there is a great fanfare and trumpeting and fireworks in the heavens as we acknowledge this grand and glorious time that you are assimilating these codes in your vehicle, creating miracles for yourselves and for humanity, beloved warriors, the light. This piece has been very successfully stepped out of in the coming days, out of habits and addictions, into great freedoms, and this opens the pathways for the clearing of some additional pieces of distortion of the nervous system in the class you will step into tomorrow of your time. With these pieces then, I, Kuthumi, now withdraw, and we will pick this attention point on bring perfection of the vehicle and further in tomorrow's class. As I now withdraw, I allow Archangel Raphael to address you for some moments to comment on these healing pieces we have brought through, and then we will bring the class to completion when Sharik returns. Many blessings, beloveds. I am Kuthumi. You are much loved. And let the trumpeting continue. It's a time of grand celebration. And so it is. I am Kuthumi. My dearest beloved ones, I am Raphael. I greet you with great love in the green coating. Beloved God Goddesses of the light, you are stepping forward now to the God Goddess particles, I should say, not only in your heart, but in your crown into great seniority of owning your vehicle, of owning your body in its perfection as designed by Source and the Elohim. These sacred frequencies we have brought through in today's class and further expand on in your class tomorrow at your time are grand frequencies of freedom that are assimilating and bringing great healing in the power of love, of reminding your vehicles of who you are, beloved. Another deep breath, please. As these alignments flow through, there's a great ecstasy and joy in the vehicle that expands. For this is who you are. There's no work involved. You're simply resurrecting the fractals of the perfection of who you are as God Goddess. Just as the God particles were turned on, these aspects of your perfection are being turned on, the green coating. So the interference at every level of your vehicle, including cellular memory, can continue to dissolve. And those aspects of the game of separation, no longer needed as the ascension is accelerated, can continue to be brought into alignment with your own strength and vigor in the light and love that you hold as God Goddess. In the light and the love, in your individual vehicle, you are one with all in the unity consciousness. In these alignments of God Goddess essences, then, I, Raphael, working with Kuthumi, Mary Magdalene, the Archangel, the collector of light, I am most pleased to bring through these glad tidings of your ascension and your accelerated freedom from distortion in the vehicle at this time. Another deep breath, please. The energy continues to integrate. You might say, as Kuthumi explained, that if you look at what we have covered in today's class, we have brought through these templates in the higher dimensions, the higher self. You have brought them through in a way that allows you to assimilate them in the vehicle, including the mental emotional body, that allows for distortions in the chakras, the short-circuiting of the vehicle to be overridden by these templates of perfection. And then the green coding that I have held, we have brought these into the vehicle, activating God Goddess essences in every cell and fractal of the vehicle to remember the perfection of these alignments, overriding cellular memory and habit and addictions from your, not only of the fall of consciousness templates of illusion, but also of your karmic history. As these frequencies integrate overnight of your time, you will then be ready to assimilate further the healing work we'll bring through in tomorrow's class to use these perfected templates to assist you to release residues of pain and discomfort in the vehicle throughout the nervous system, and to then prepare you for accelerating and integrating galactic consciousness in the vehicle as you claim your leadership as God Goddess in form on a stable basis, as you hold the space for yourselves, claim the attention, and guide humanity into pathways of freedom with great ease and love and gusto. And so it is, beloveds, with these words and vibrations, I withdraw on behalf of Source. Know that you are much loved, beloved God Goddesses in form. I am Raphael, and so it is. Hello everyone, I'm back. Great revitalizations in your vehicles is what I'm observing. I'm also seeing there's like a flow of energy in the central column. It's almost like it's the result of what we've done. And I'm seeing it as a pink energy, and it's a spiraling of energy of the divine feminine. You might say that it's a fruition of some of the work that we and others on the planet have done of the divine feminine flows that also integrate the divine warrior frequencies we brought in last year, including those of Eris, as all 10 planets are direct now. And it's a flow of, in some level, balancing the divine masculine and feminine through these healings of the nervous system we brought through today. You might say that the God-Goddess function in the balanced perfection is by definition an reintegration of divine feminine to assist in the healing the distortions of the illusion of the game of the fall of consciousness for the aspects of ego, in some ways better than, less than, persecutor and victim, in some ways part of the gender presence of male and female, in many other angles. These are all being healed. And so I'm seeing an output of a pink frequency that's spiraling up the central column. It's creating a smoothing and a softness in the vehicle, almost like a silkiness to assist where there was before hard edges or calcified aspects of rigidity around habits and of certain Pavlovian responses. They're going to continue to be dissolved in the coming days, and things looks really good. Let me pause there and take questions. Tomorrow we're going to step into some additional pieces around this and also expand in the pathways that are being created and more of that higher self-alignment into universal mind as stability of the vehicle is being expanded in the nervous system. Let me pause there and take any questions anyone has and open the line. Any comments, any questions? Hello, the lines are open. Everyone still conscious?
Barely.
Well, sort of.
There's a lot to integrate, I know. Yet the flows are very precise. I look at them from how they brought them in. So, any feedback? How's everyone doing?
Feel wonderful.
Oh, great. Yeah. So it's very softly fluid.
Yes. Good. So integrate, tonight, be in ease. I'll send out the recording. Just simply notice without putting too much work into this. Energy flowing, colors of green, pink, yellow, lavender. Just allow for the flow. Call on Mary Magdalene. There's a soothing available. If you feel any kind of discomfort, bring that lavender coating. Allow it to go where there's any kind of discomfort. Allow it to soothe. The collective is by your side, assisting. And there's a grand, Kuthumi, trumpeting, as he calls it, in the heavens. So just know that it's all going just fine. Tomorrow's class we're going to continue with the piece Raphael was speaking of on any residual pain in the body to continue to heal that, and then we're going to step into some more pieces of galactic consciousness. So, any questions, comments before I bring this to completion?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Shirak.
Blessings, everyone.
Hey, Shirak.
Blessings.
Many blessings.